اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam invites Hazrat Hussein radiallahu ta'ala anhu to Islam, who was the father of Hazrat Imran bin Hussein radiallahu ta'ala anhu. The Quraysh highly respected Hazrat Hussein radiallahu ta'ala anhu. One day, some members of the Quraysh approached Hazrat Hussein radiallahu ta'ala anhu and said to him, "Go to this person Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and speak to him on our behalf because he insults our gods." Consequently, these members of the Quraysh proceeded with Hazrat Hussein radiallahu ta'ala anhu until they reached the door of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam's house. When Hazrat Hussein radiallahu ta'ala anhu sat near the door, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to the many people who had already gathered there, "Make way for the respected elder." Amongst those present was the son of Hazrat Hussein radiallahu ta'ala anhu, whose name was Imran radiallahu ta'ala anhu. Hazrat Hussein radiallahu ta'ala anhu said, "What is happening there? The news has reached me that you insult our gods, whereas your father was a devout and an excellent man." Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam replied, "O Hussein, my father and your father are both in Jahannam. O Hussein, tell me how many gods you worship." Hazrat Hussein radiallahu ta'ala anhu replied, "I have 7 gods on earth and 1 in the sky." Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam further asked him, "Which god do you call for when you are in difficulty?" Hazrat Hussein radiallahu ta'ala anhu replied, "I then call the one in the sky." Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Who do you call when your wealth gets destroyed?" He replied, "The one in the sky." Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "It is strange that only this one God comes to your assistance, yet you associate the others as partners to him. Do you have permission from the gods in the sky to associate the others as his partners? Or are you afraid of these other gods, thinking that they will harm you if you do not associate them as partners?" Hazrat Hussein radiallahu ta'ala anhu replied, "Neither of these two statements is correct." Hazrat Hussein radiallahu ta'ala anhu says, "It then occurred to me that I had never spoken to such a great personality before this." Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said further, "O Hussein, become a Muslim and you will live in peace." Hazrat Hussein radiallahu ta'ala anhu responded by saying, "What about my people and my family? What would they say if I accept Islam? What am I to do now?" Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam advised him to recite the following dua: "O Allah, I seek your guidance towards that which is more correct and increase me in knowledge that will benefit me." Hazrat Hussein recited this dua and was a Muslim before he stood up from the gathering. At that instant, his son Hazrat Imran radiallahu ta'ala anhu immediately stood up and began kissing the head, hands and feet of his father. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam began weeping when he saw this and said, "I am weeping because I was touched by what Imran has done." He did not stand for his father nor pay any attention to him when he entered as a kafir. However, he fulfilled the rights of his father once his father entered the fold of Islam. When Hazrat Hussein radiallahu ta'ala anhu stood up to leave, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to the others, "Stand up and take him home." As soon as Hazrat Hussein radiallahu ta'ala anhu emerged from the doorway, the people of the Quraysh who had been waiting there for him saw him and said, "He has forsaken his religion." They then left him and disappeared. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam invites an unnamed man to Islam. Hazrat Abu Tamima Hujaymi radiallahu ta'ala anhu narrates from a man of his tribe that he once came to meet Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It could have been such that Hazrat Abu Tamima radiallahu ta'ala anhu was present there when the man came to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The man said, "Are you the Nabi of Allah?" "Yes," replied Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. "Whom do you pray to?" he asked. "I pray to the one Allah who is most honored and most high. He is the one who removes your difficulty when you call to him. It is he who causes your crops to grow when you call to him to remove your drought. It is he who responds to your prayer when you call him at the time when you are lost in a rocky land without transport." The man accepted Islam immediately and then asked for advice. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Do not sway at anything when relating this to people." The man said that since Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave him the piece of advice, he has not even sworn at a goat. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam invites Hazrat Muawiyah bin Haidah to Islam. Hazrat Muawiyah bin Haidah radiallahu ta'ala anhu narrates that he once came to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and said, "O Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I have not come to you before this because I have sworn more times than my fingertips can count account that I shall never come to you and never accept your religion. He placed his hands on top of each other as he said this to show the number of his fingertips. However, Allah has now sent me to you, so here I am with no knowledge of that which Allah has given you, save very little. I ask you in the name of Allah's great countenance to tell me what Allah has sent you with. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam replied, Allah has sent me with the deen of Islam. What is Islam? Was his next question. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Islam is to say that you surrender yourself over to Allah and renounce all other gods. It also entails that you establish salah and pay zakah. Every Muslim deserves respect, and every two Muslims are brothers to each other and help one another. When a mushrik accepts Islam, his deeds will be accepted from him only when he separates himself from the other mushrikeen. Why should I be grabbing hold of your waist to save you from Jahannam? Listen, my Rabb shall call me on the day of Qiyamah and ask me, did you convey the message of Islam to my servants? I shall then be able to say, O my Rabb, I have certainly conveyed it. Understand this well. Those present there must convey the message to those who are absent. Behold, you will then be called forward on the day of Qiyamah with your mouths sealed. The first thing to speak will be a person's high, followed by his hands. Hazrat Muawiyah bin Haydar radiallahu ta'ala anhu then asked, O Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, is this our deen? Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam replied, this is our deen. Wherever you may practice on it properly, it will suffice you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the tawfiq to make amal upon what we've listened to, and may He give us the tawfiq to send this to others. Subhanallah bihamdihi, subhanakallah bihamdika, nashhadu an la ilaha illa ant, wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayh. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.